Welcome to video of three-phase motors part number 9. We are going to see the semi-automatic star delta starter, its construction and operation today. This is the physical appearance of one type of star delta starter which is semi-automatic, and the green button it is on and the red button it is off, as you are aware. And this is the internal structure of a semi-automatic star delta starter. You will be able to see, and as you are aware, there will be three contactors. There are three contactors inside this item. Contactor, what is that, how it is working, everything we have defined in the previous video. And there will be an overload relay which is generally attached to the contactor, which will be named as mains contactor. There are three contactors, each are having names, and the overload relay will be attached to the mains relay. We will be seeing the names of all the contactors. Assume that it is mains contactor attached to overload relay. And this is the on and off button available in the overload protection relay, and that is what we are using for the on and off button in the front panel. And we'll be seeing the semi-automatic starter, how to start, how you'll be starting a semi-automatic star delta starter. It is only this much. When you are pressing the button, assume that you are having the motor and starter everything connected and supply is given to the input of the starter. Then only thing you have to do is you start by pressing the start button. Okay, but to keep it in star, you have to keep it pressed. You keep it pressed, continue it pressing, and it will be continuing in star. Okay, when you are removing the finger, it will be in delta. Okay, as long as you are pressing the start button, it will be working in star. So it is important, when you are working with the semi-automatic starter, continue pressing the green button continuously, and after judging the speed should be coming to a good speed of the motor by judging its sound. And when its sound appearing to be a good speed, then you can remove the hand, then it will be changing to delta. When you are removing the finger, then it will be changed to delta. So in semi-automatic start delta starter, you press the start button, press it continuously, and let the motor speed up to the maximum speed, then you remove the finger. What will happen otherwise? If you are just pressing and taking out the start button, it will just go for star, but suddenly it will be becoming delta. So the motor will take high current, and that may create problems. So with semi-automatic start delta starter, start by pressing green and continue it pressing, and let motor speed up, then only you remove the finger. We are going to discuss about the power circuit next in the semi-automatic star delta starter. Actually, the same power circuit will be applicable for automatic star delta starter also. We are going to see the pictures, and the star delta starter will be having this much part only, and the rest is the MCCB, that is a main switch to the connected to the item, molded gate circuit breaker. And inside this star delta starter, there will be a thermal overload relay. This is the heater part of thermal overload relay, which is the power circuit. And in the control circuit, the thermal overload relay will be having a trip contact that will be seen in the control circuit part. Now there will be three contacts. We already seen physically three contacts are there. We'll be naming the three contactor. One is main contactor M, and second is delta contactor D, and third is star contactor S. Okay, we are seeing power contacts of the three separate contactors. Power contacts. So we are discussing about our power circuit, hence power contacts will be shown here. Okay, and the motor is available here. Motors are having three separate windings obviously, and 6 terminals outside. Okay, so A will be having A1 B1, B will be having B1 B2, and C will be having C1 C2. A will be having A1 A2. Okay, so the numbers of these terminals are important. Why, we'll be seeing in the next slides. So keep that the connection will be important with respect to the numbering of uh, these terminals. And here in the S, you will be able to see there are shorting here as if in a star connection. We'll be see why it is being used in the slide. So here it is the same slide when the motor is not working. At present, all the power contacts are open and the motor will not be working. That means this is the stop condition. Now what we are going to do, we'll start the motor in star. In star condition, what happening? In star condition, you will be able to see the main contactor is now closed and star contactor also is closed. So while working in star, there will be two contactors working. What are they? Mains contactor and star contactor. So how it is working in star, that we will be seeing now. L1 it is coming to A2, L2 is coming to C2, L3 is coming to B2. So the motor one side it is totally connected, and what happened to the second side? C1 it is connected to this contactor power contact, and B1 it is connected to this power contact, and CA1 this is connected here, and all these things are shorted. All these are shorted. So out of 6 terminals, input is given to 3 terminals, other 3 terminals are shorted. Means now the motor is in star connection. Motor is in star connection. Okay. And at this time you will be noting that the delta contactor should be open. Delta will not be closed. Okay. Delta will not be closed. So motor is working in star connection now. Next we'll be seeing delta. You can see the red connections will be changing here. Let us see. Now what happens? In the next picture, you are going to see uh, this main contactor is still energized. Mains contact, power contact is still off, or still supply is available. This is closed. Main power contact is still closed, and now delta contact is closed. Delta power contacts are closed, and star contacts, what happened to that? That is open. So in this condition, that is motor when it is working in delta, only main and delta contactor works and star contactor it is open. Okay, how it is becoming delta, that is important to see. Now let us see the connections of delta, and here you will be able to see first thing, that is that L1, that is input terminal, and different terminals has to be connected, L1, A2, C1. So let us see, this is L1, here it is connected to A2, and it has to be connected to L2 will L1 connected to will be C1. Okay, so these connections are important to keep it correct, L1, A2, C1. So when we are drawing the power circuit, you should be ensuring that the connections are proper like this, otherwise the motor will malfunction. L1, A2, C1 it is shorter together. So when we are making the connections, you see that L1, A2 and this connection, it is connected to C1 only. So that is important power connection. Next what happens? Here L3 B2 A1 it is shorted. So let us see, this is L3. L3 it is coming to B2, and the same time L3 is going to A1. So that also has been finished. Now what happens? The next connection, L2 has to go to C2 and B1. Now L2 it is available to C2, L2 C2, and L2 is going to B1. So C2 and B1 are connected. Okay, so in the power circuit, these connections are important, so that the proper dissimilar terminals should be connected integral. Okay, so better to give connection like that. You write A1, B1, C1 like this, and after that B2, C2 like this, and after that you connect A2 this, L1, L2, L3 like this, and interconnection will be first of this item to first of this item. Okay, then it will be right, the second of this item to second of this item, and the third of this item, the third of this item, then the interconnection will be automatically. Okay, now the motor is working in delta. So this is the power circuits. Star, it is working on mains and star. In delta, the mains and delta contactors are connected, and the star contactor will be open. Now we are going to discuss about the control circuit of the semi-automatic star delta starter. We'll just see the component. This is the control contact, the trip contact of overload relay. The trip contact of overload relay, it will be normally closed. Normally closed. Under some problem, it will be open. Under some overload detection, it will be open. Now off button is there, normally closed. Off button normally closed, and on button is normally open. When you are pressing down, it will be closed. Normally open contact, that is. And we are having a contact D1, you see that, and S, it is the coil of contactor S, that is star contactor coil S. Star contactors coil is S. Okay, and M contactors coil is, so main contactors coil is M. Main contactors coil is M, and delta contactors coil is D. So this is the name of delta contactor coil, and this is D1 which is attached to the coil. That means when D coil is energized, the normally D1 will be open. Okay, so normally this is the D1, it is the normally closed contact, auxiliary contact of delta contactor. D1 is auxiliary contact of delta contactor and it is normally closed. When delta coil is energized, this will be opening. And similarly S1 is there. Now what is S1? You can say it is the auxiliary contact of star contactor and it is normally open. And what about S2? It is again the normally closed auxiliary contact of star coil. Star contactor is there, it is the normally closed auxiliary contact. And what about M1? Now you yourself will be able to tell it is an auxiliary contact and it is of star mains contactor. M, it is mains contactor and it is normally open. So this is the different component inside the item, and this is the position where it is off. The motor will not work because no coil it is energized right now. So motor is off. You will be seeing the first condition. What you have to do to on, you have to press the on button. You have to press the on button. You press the on button, the motor is the start condition. Okay, when the motor is started, when you are pressing, what happens? The on button is now closed. On button is now closed. So the power it is coming from NC to the it is already normally contact of overload relay. Now or off button also it is normally closed, and on button now you have closed physically. You are pressing it down and you are pressing it down, and D1 is a normally closed auxiliary contactor of delta contactor, and now the supply is available to star coil. The star coil is now energized. Okay, so when star coil is energized, what happens? Let us see. The star coil is energized, then previously normally open contact was S1. Normally open contact was S1, now it is closed, and previously closed NC contact is S2, now it is open. Okay, and previously this was open, you have pressed it down. You have to press it down continuously. So we'll shuffle between 1A and 1A. We'll see the what are the difference. Yeah, going back to 1. Now you will be seeing the differences. Start button is getting, star is energizing, and star auxiliary contacts are getting closed. The motor is working in star now, or at the same time what happens? The connection is available to mains also. Already the contact of S1 auxiliary contact is closed now. Through the S1 auxiliary contact, the mains will be getting supply. The mains will be getting supply. So the mains also will be energized. Together S and M energizes, the motor will be working in star. The motor will be working in star now. And also you will be able to see there is a M1 contact. M1 contact is there, which is auxiliary contact of M, that also will be closed now. Previously it was normally open. It was actually normally open. When the mains contactor is getting supply, this will be closed. Okay, now you are pressing down the on button. In the semi-automatic star delta starter, the motor will be working in star till you are pressing on button. Okay, now we are changing to delta, means what? You will be taking hand. That means you are taken hand from the on button. Now it is open. When it is open, what happen? What are the changes? The star gets no connection. This is open, means the star coil is now de-energized. Star coil will be now de-energized. The S2 contact now again closed. S2 contact is normally closed, when it is now closed. And what happens? The M1 is already having power to the main contactor. The same supply will be now available to delta. Okay, now M1 it is already energized, and M1 auxiliary contact also is closed. Then what happens? The S2 contact will carry current to delta. The delta will be now energized. So together the mains and delta will be energized. So that means the motor will be start working in delta. Motor is now in working in delta. Also you will be able to see when star is released, the S1 contact it is also opened out. It is normally opened and again coming to the original condition, open condition. Even this is open, the mains coil will be getting supplied through M1. So that is function of M1. M1 is having additional function also. M1 is having two functions. One function is to give supply to the M coil even star is de-energized. Even when the star is de-energized like this, the M coil will be getting supply through M1. And also M1 contact will be giving supply to the D coil, that is the delta contactor coil S2. Okay. Now you will be able to see the changes like this. Only S is de-energized and M and D together they are active. Mains and delta is active. Motor is working in delta. Now what you have to do? Switch off the motor. How to switch off the motor? Okay. We will be seeing the connection will be switched off. That will be, this is getting off. The motor is switched off. No coils are getting supply and the motor is not working now. And we'll be telling functions of D1 and S2 again. What is the function of D1 in the working condition? I will explain. When delta coil is energized, D1 will be open. When delta coil is energized, D1 will be open. Why it is like that? When delta is working, there will be no condition that star will be working. Okay, to ensure star is not working when delta is available, this contactor helps. Okay, so function of D1 is to cut the supply to star contactor. Okay, D1 will be cutting the supply to the star contactor when delta is energized. So it is a interlock switch. We can say interlock switch, interlock protection. Similarly, when S is energized, S2 will be open. When S is energized, S2 will be open and delta coil at no condition will be working. So we can say when star is working, delta should not work. So for that S2 switch is given, and when delta is working, star should not work, and for that D1 contact is given. Okay, so that are called as interlock switches. And here we will be able to see a function like this. A start button which is pressed, it is showing in star, and when it is removing the handle, it will be working in delta in the animation, and you can stop it. And the next is, you are fastly releasing start button, it will be suddenly changing to delta. That should not be done. And this can be practiced by the software EKTS, which will be available in this software website.